Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome sa Startup Update series ng Startup Podcast PH, where we get updates from startups na na-interview na natin. And here now we have Chat Genie and its co-founder and CEO Ragde Falsis na ating na-interview more than 2 years ago already. Hello Ragde, kamusta?
Hi, Johnny. Thanks for inviting me again. Happy to be here.
Ayan, actually nakita tayo noong Philippine Startup Week 2024 a few months ago lang, and I'm happy to see you finally in person, as well as si Nico, ang iyong co-founder in
Co-founder.
ChatGenie.
Yeah.
Yeah, ayun. And actually I interviewed Nico nakapagkwentuhan din kami, and I learned na marami kayong ginagawa sa ChatGenie, and even now you're integrating AI, and balita ko medyo innovative. So ayun, I hope we get to learn more about that now. Pero bago yun, refresh muna tayo, Ragde. So ano nga ba muna ang ChatGenie?
The Chat Genie now, you're asking, no?
Yeah, sige. And maybe basically yung core niya as a startup and as a product or as a technology that you're developing.
Well, right now, the name of the category that we are in is agentic AI customer engagement. So the way how it works, we are helping businesses to effortlessly target, nurture, and convert leads, and provide customer support via multi-AI agent chatbots. So ang ginagawa namin, yung mga businesses, we are helping them reach out their audience, and then once they reach out, of course, on their Facebook page and Messenger accounts, we help them nurture them by sending on-demand or scheduled messages to promote products, send announcements, send deals, discounts, and eventually, if they're ready to order, we have a way to assist them yung collection of orders conversationally and even via in-app store, yung mga buttons, And once they check out and they need to reach out for customer support, we have the multi-AI chatbots naman to help them. So yun yung ginagawa namin.
Yeah. Ayan, so super interesting si agentic AI chatbots. Actually, I think I've heard this term medyo recently, medyo umuuso rin. Of course, a few years ago, sumikat na ng malaki ang AI, so marami ng tech, marami ng startups din, maraming companies ang nag-a-adapt ng AI. Pero yung use ng agentic or yung multi-agent AI, I think it's also very new with ChatGenie. Pero balikan lang natin onti, if I remember correctly, si ChatGenie nung na-interview kita last time, I think that was 2022 pa. Yes, tama. It's parang in-store e-commerce. So may ganun pa rin ba yung ChatGenie now, or did you totally pivot ba?
Right now, we consider is kasi the way how we communicate to customers, for us, is a total pivot, But yung in-app store commerce natin na feature, it's just a sub-product na lang right now. So we still do yung e-commerce part wherein merchants can still go to ChatGenie, upload their products, launch the Messenger store, the in-app store on Messenger and Instagram. On Gcash, we still supported some merchants, they can still offer the Messenger store. So customers can still go to their Messenger, click the shop now button, add products to their cart and check out. We still have that. But right now, it's just a sub-feature to a much more innovative product. So for example, just like what I said, if a merchant wants to have an overall solution, a customer engagement solution that will help them target, nurture, convert leads, and provide customer support, yun na yung binibigay namin sa whole.
So basically now, para siya mas malaking, mas malaki siyang system or tool for the sellers na they have AI chatbots, and then andun pa rin naman, pwede pa rin naman na if they still want to sell inside Messenger, parang naalala ko ganun siya dati na, for example, a buyer, a potential buyer, is viewing muna yung Facebook page and then magja-chat siya sa Facebook Messenger. And then pagkapunta sa Facebook Messenger, andun na yung store mismo. Hindi na lalabas pa to another external third-party store. Sa Messenger mismo, andun na yung buy, andun na rin yung payment. Tama ba? Yung dati.
Exactly. Actually, the product that we have right now, it's something that our merchants have been asking for. No? So every time we do yung customer development, yung interviewing merchants, ano ba talaga yung kailangan nila, ano yung mga problems nila. Whatever we are building right now, or whatever we have right now, this is exactly what our merchants want. No? The reason why we didn't release it earlier, it's because at the time, even us, we don't have a technological solution for it. No, we don't know how to do it because we know when we started in 2018, we tried to solve this exact problem with the AI technology at that time. Because of the NLP technology at the time, it's not yet ready for prime time. No, and that was actually addressed by LLMs. No, itong bagong trend nga nung AI ngayon. No? So ngayon, available na siya. All of those learnings from our customer development interviews, ngayon na-address na namin.
Tsaka, oo nga pala, kaya din nga pala si ChatGenie, kasi even back then, yun talaga yung parang initial thesis na rin, na really chatbots, chatbots for e-commerce basically. And parang chatbots nakatulong para imbes na yung physical na tao pa yung physically gagawa, magcha-chat, sasagot sa mga HM, how much, lahat ng tanong, mas makakatulong na ang mga chatbots. And now, ayun nga, that's very correct actually what you said. I think a few years ago lang din naman talaga sila ChatGPT very usable. And ang dami ng LLMs, ang dami ng companies, even si Meta, meron na rin siyang LLM. So, parang very recent lang din talagang sumabog ang paggamit ng large language models and pag-integrate nito sa mga iba't ibang technology. And now, you're riding as well this kumbaga this wave. And I also like what you said na kumbaga ito yung gusto ng inyong mga customers, and now na andito na yung technology, magagawa nyo na for them. Onting onting pa-update lang, Ragde, kasi before when I interviewed you 2022, you were part of a program by Kubo, so ano na nga ba nangyari sa ChatGenie as a startup this past 2 years? I've been seeing kasi your progress, but you can share to our audience?
Yeah, actually, ang dami na yung pinagdaanan. Sometimes when I do self-reflection, I'm wondering why we're still alive, no? How we're still alive, no? So, ang dami naming challenges, and again, with this new pivot, of course, hindi ito just because we thought about this, no? Late last year, we got accepted sa Techstars program sa San Francisco. Actually, that's their inaugural program. No? And of course, that comes along with the acceleration. It's a 90-day program. So, may mga sessions kami, customer development interviews, mas lumalim yung knowledge ko doon about it. And of course, yung demo day. No? I was there. I think in the span of 90 days, I traveled there 3 times. Almost every month. So the kickoff of the program, and then yung mid-program, and then also demo day. So I went there, and my last stayed there last, I think, December. Stayed there for over a month. No? And with my last stay there, so I was actually introduced to the ecosystem. Whenever there's a meetup, ang lagi pinag-uusapan AI. So you can avoid it. But before that, I was super skeptical about this new AI trend. Of course, yung skepticism ko was based from our experience in 2018. Kasi kaya naman talaga kami nag-chatbot. It's because of the hype. We got suckered in sa hype. Parang si Facebook back then, hindi pa siya Meta. They were always hyping up yung chatbots, conversational commerce, blah blah blah. And of course, us as a messenger Facebook country, sabi ko, this is the future. So we get suckered in, and then yung LLP at the time has a very disappointing performance, no? So I was very skeptic about this AI. And until I got immersed dun sa culture when I went in San Francisco, dun ko na-realize this technology is different. So na-meet ko yung founders doon ng Code Rabbits, AirTrain, ang dami kong founders ng AI na na-meet doon. And internally, what we did was we tried out some new features using AI, OpenAI API. We tried Tagalog, English, broken English, broken Taglish. We realized this is it. Lahat ng mga challenges na na-encounter namin when we were developing the first version of ChatGPT in 2018, na-address niya. No, you don't need to manually and regularly update yung mga keywords kasi yung decision tree based keywords yun eh. Pag natatik yung keyword, magpa-fire up yung auto responses. So technically, it's not really AI, no? Lahat ng yun na-address and more. So we started that in I think February, no? And then ang dami naming nag-co-pilot muna kami. So back then, kasi you always start with the thesis, di ba? Ito yung kailangan ng customer based sa mga interaction mo sa kanila and based on the capabilities of the technology. So sabi namin, no, so, okay, we can develop a co-pilot that can help businesses to assist them in their business operations. So co-pilot. So meron kami product description generator. At one point, we even think of allowing businesses to have a customer persona. So para they can try out their marketing campaigns and so on and so forth. And then I think after few months, I look back sa drawing board, sabi ko, no, it will take us a while enable for this co-pilot product to give value sa mga customers. So sabi ko, let's address the lowest hanging opportunity, which is customer service. So at that time, our knowledge and experience with LLMs are kind of deep. So we have our own R&D team. And again, first principle, walang may deep AI background sa amin. I did encounter AI before, no, sa thesis ko kasi we developed a 3D game. And yung mga NPC doon, yung mga non-performing characters, may mga state machines. So ano yun eh. It's a subset of AI, no. So that's my experience with AI. So when we're doing itong AI features namin, we just use first principle. So how to do it, we broke it down. Here are the things that we have to learn. Tapos we scheduled weekly meetings. Parang AI cadence. Basically, when we were starting it, para lang siyang group learning session as we use yung AI. So, ano yung mga insights, ano yung mga nabasa namin, ano yung mga things na nag-work, mga bagong things na pwede natin gamitin. So, we're continually doing that. Tapos sa weekly, meron kaming demo. Again, culmination of all of the things that we did. We figured out, I think we can do a better AI-powered customer service product than other players in the market. So yun na. Doon na nangyari yung ChatGPT ngayon.
And by the way, i-emphasize lang natin, no? So gumagana ito sa Tagalog.
Hindi lang Tagalog, Bisaya, whatever dialects that we have. That's why nung de-develop ko siya, I know that the market will be huge kasi we are not limiting ourselves to the domestic market. Actually, we're designing the platform right now to work in any language na may training data yung LLMs. The reason why super confident ako dito kasi when I tried Llama at that time 3.0 pa lang. Even Llama can understand Tagalog, English, Taglish, Bisaya, and all. And if it can understand those dialects, definitely it has training data then ng Thai, Vietnamese,
Yeah.
Bahasa, and
Mm.
all of those languages that we need whenever we decided to launch outside the country.
Yeah, actually yun ngayon yun din yung ano nakakagulat tsaka yun din yung nangyaring development na dati nga tama nung 2018 parang mahirap pa sa AI ang Tagalog, even the chatbots ano. Now parang nakikita mo na maayos na yung mga translation sa ibang websites like
Yeah,
sa YouTube, maayos na yung mga Tagalog. So, actually I've also tried no na I yeah, as far as I know, gumagana ng maayos sa Tagalog. Even nga sa ano hindi lang sa Tagalog, sa conversational Tagalog. I think that's
yeah.
the best part din eh. And by the way, so is this still focused on that's correct naman ano na ang Philippines very Facebook ano tayo, very Facebook users
Yeah.
tayo eh. So, is this like focused on Facebook or Messenger or sa ibang mga ano rin or sa iba pang system, iba pang platforms?
The answer is it's natively available on Facebook, Messenger, and Instagram. When I say
Hmm.
natively, it's in its current form, yes. But again, since we're dealing mid-market and enterprise, normally when they see this technology, this product, they want to make this available also sa website nila, mga internal channels nila for their customers, for their end users. So we are capable of customizing it to fit that particular use case.
Yeah, but I think yeah, I think that's correct naman ano. Especially ChatGenie is a Filipino company and
Yeah.
Philippines ang primary market. So start with those very powerful dito sa
Yeah.
Pilipinas. I mean not just powerful. Parang ito yung nakasanayan na natin eh, Facebook and Instagram. Even a lot
Yeah.
of e-commerce stores are on Instagram eh ano.
And also we are a partner of Meta kasi. So
I see.
so that's why if you're going to look at yung description namin, we help businesses to target yung Meta ad products, nurture yung business messaging, and convert, which is yung ginagawa na namin even before.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Can I ask paano nangyari yung ano na yun, yung collaboration with Meta? Is it okay to ask that?
Yeah. Actually, yung partnership namin with Meta is very deep. No? So they're referring us enterprise clients, no? And also they supported us with the marketing with their marketing fund program. So if you're going to look at sa mga marketing campaigns namin ngayon, yung mga messaging namin still targets small businesses, mga SMBs. That's actually their role, no? So they're helping us promote that product para ma-reach natin yung SMBs, no? And also when it comes to developing some features like yung dinevelop natin na Meta ad marketing integration and even yung business messaging, they actually funded that. So that's one of the reasons why we are still alive, how we are still alive, because we have the likes of Meta that is partly funding us. And more.
But
Madami silang actually madami din kami kausap sa Meta. So meron kami kausap na nag-introduce sa mga enterprise clients, may mga kausap kami that helps us get introduced sa mga business messaging products nila, sa mga marketing products nila. Especially right now, they are promoting yung click to messenger ad solution nila. Of course, yun yung ginagawa namin, no? So yeah, it's really a symbiotic partnership.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually. So, I mean, this is also like the ano rin naman parang the research arm din ng mga companies na ito. So, kaya
Yeah.
nagde-develop din ng product for them. But anyway, balik tayo sa ano no, sa ChatGenie, especially on how it can be used and or it can benefit e-commerce sellers. So, ano exactly yung parang benefit for them, especially with the agentic AI integration? And ano yung parang dahilan kung bakit ito yung pipiliin nila over other alternatives if meron man? I guess wala, ano? So, kumbaga bakit, if I'm a seller, why will I choose to adopt ChatGenie?
I want to answer that in multiple fronts. But first, I want to introduce muna what agents are. No? Yun yung gusto ko kasing i-advocate. No? Kasi marami sa mga Filipinos, hindi pa alam kung ano yung agents. Pero sa labas, pero sa international scene, yun ang laging sinasabi, agents. So agents are special type of programs that uses AI, no, to solve complicated tasks autonomously, no. So dati yung mga programs natin kailangan mo ng input tapos ipa-process niya tapos may output, no. Pero kapag may mga complex decision, hindi natin nagagawa dati. No? Yung mga agents kaya niyang gawin yon because it uses AI. Yan. So for example, ito nga example ngayon may mga tinatawag kasi na role-based tasks, no. So for example, marketing agent. So yung marketing agent mo, ito yung mga available mo na mga products, mga in-upload mo na bagong products, ito yung mga promos. So yung marketing agent can cook up a marketing campaign based from those inputs, no, autonomously. Yun yung ginagawa ng mga agents. So sa amin, sa ChatGenie, yun yung ginagamit namin. Enable to unlock value sa, to provide value sa mga customers. No? And yung initial ask mo, ano yung mga benefits ng sellers when they use ChatGenie. So I want to emphasize, we are not only catering to sellers. Though we still have that sub-product in in-app store commerce that caters to e-commerce use cases to sellers. No? Ngayon, ang benefit nila when they use ChatGenie is that they can actually increase yung tinatawag natin na conversion rates when they use ChatGenie to sell to their customers on social media and messaging apps. Why? Because number one, if they are marketing on Meta networks, so when you say Meta networks, Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and I think WhatsApp, if they collect the orders right on those apps where they promote, they can increase the conversion rate. Kasi hindi nalalabas yung customer within that ecosystem. Kasi ang
walang
typical,
friction.
walang friction. Ang typical kasi na ginagawa ng mga retail brands, no? Pag gusto nilang i-redirect yung mga customers nila sa website kasi sa website they can control everything kasi, di ba? They can control everything, no? So, ang ginagawa nila, they reach out or they promote their products and services sa Facebook, Messenger, Instagram. Tapos i-redirect nila. If you do that, that causes friction point. No?
Yes.
So, of course, hindi alam ng website kung sino yun. Tapos mag-fill up naman siya ng form, so on and so forth. Kaya pagka nasa loob ka ng Messenger, pag click mo yun, alam niya kung sino ka. Because it's single identity. Tapos pag may previous transaction ka, alam ng ano yun, alam ng system yun, alam ng ChatGenie yun. No? Ngayon, with the introduction nga ng agentic AI, so we can collect yung orders automatically. Actually, ang customer service use case, isa yan sa pinakamadaling i-implement using OpenAI API. Kasi kailangan mo lang is a developer that understands how to implement APIs. Kasi di ba parang ano lang yan, ChatGPT. No? Ito yung tanong ng customer, ano yung pwede ko isagot. Ganun lang yun eh. That's how simple it is. Pero ang ginagawa kasi namin is we're using our agentic AI to be specific yung multi-AI agent framework namin to ensure na safe yung sagot, tama, and relevant. So, eto na, medyo lalalim na, medyo magiging technical na yung sagot ko dito. So, the way how we do it is that, for example, nagtanong ka, do you deliver? So, meron kaming specific AI agent na nire-interpret yung tanong na yun. Sa AI kasi, you can expect an AI to answer correctly kung hindi niya nakukuha ng tama yung ina-ask mo. Kasi yan eh, AI yan eh, di ba? Hindi yung tao na has the full context. Pag tinanong mo yun, alam niya agad kung ano yung ibig mo sabihin. So, nire-interpret ng intent agent kung ano yung tanong mo. Kasi remember, may mga broken English, may Tagalog, Taglish, whatever. So, kailangan tama muna yung pagkakaintindi sa tanong mo.
Oh.
And then, pag nakuha na niya kung ano yung ask mo, meron kaming guard agent that ensures na yung tanong mo is not a prompt injection attempt. Yan, may mga security din kaming concerns na in-address na right on the path, no? To ensure na hindi vulgar messages yung sinasend mo that can ruin our RAG, yung mismong knowledge base. Kasi yung mga inquiry, kinukuha din namin yan as source to improve yung knowledge base. No? Kung yung tanong mo ba is within the scope ng business operation, kung hindi, it will be addressed accordingly. So yun yung ginagawa ng guard AI agent. So pagka pasado na kay guard AI agent, meron kami classification agent na ang ginagawa niya is to classify kung anong type ng ask yun. Kasi yung mga inquiries, hindi yan pare-parehas. May inquiry na nagtatanong lang, so general questions. May inquiry na shows clear intent to order, so kailangan mag-collect ka ng order. May inquiry na nag-ask ng order status. Again, iba-iba yan. Iba't ibang workflow yan sa agentic workflow namin. No? So for example, yun nga, ang tanong is, do you deliver? Na-interpret na the customer asking if we have the delivery capability. So guard agent will treat it as acceptable inquiry. Tapos yung classification niya will be generic Q&A. So yung internal term namin. So pagka generic Q&A lang, once na na-classify na siya as such, a conversation AI agent will drop the initial response. No? So pagka na-drop na initial response, hindi pa agad masasend sa customer yun. So meron tayong refinement agent na ang ginagawa niya, kinu-QA niya yung initial response. No? To make sure na, teka, accurate ba to? Relevant ba yung sagot? Kung may room for improvement, pwede nating i-improve. Tapos pagka pasado na kay refinement agent, tsaka palang isa-send na customer. So kung titingnan mo, para talagang may team na talagang mag-check.
Yes.
Work hand in hand to ensure nga na safe, accurate, and relevant yung mga chatbot responses.
Yes, ang galing actually basically yun nga yung parang main innovation niya is imbes na isang tao or isang machine kumbaga yung kausap ng kung sino man on the other end of the platform, may team behind. So it's still AI pero parang mga AI na nag-uusap-usap para ma-ensure na magiging tama yung sagot doon sa nagtatanong
Yep.
But I'm curious, ang ganda kasi mayroong guard agent, may refinement agent. I'm curious, Ragde, on paano ito naisip? I mean, what was like the thought process like when you were designing this? Parang pinattern na rin ba ito sa maybe sa psychology ng tao na ganito dapat yung dadaluyan ng mga tanong para ma-ensure na tama yung sagot? Kasi I also remember when I talked with I interviewed Nico shortly nung Philippine Startup Week na parang ang daming tanong ng mga tao and iba-iba nga yan ng parang type of questions.
Yeah.
Merong mga magkano, may ganito bang kulay. So parang, so kung isang machine lang yung magsasagot nun, pwedeng malito yung machine. Pero kung may team nga ng mga machines or AIs, mas ma-ensure na tama yung sagot. So yeah, how was that like?
Yeah. Actually, yung I don't know if you're familiar with two types of thinking. No? So may tatawag tayo na system one thinking. 'Di ba may meme na nakakatawa, parang nagtanong ng complicated math equation tapos sinagot 700. 'Di ba? 'Di ba? Impressive, no? Mabilis pero mali. So, yun yung system one thinking. So parang based sa pattern natin, based sa experience natin, yun yung sinasagot natin. Kumbaga yung system 1 thinking. Yung system 2 thinking is yung tatawag natin na may reasoning na. No? Actually, yung
Reasoning. May solution.
may
May solution mo.
binibreakdown mo muna siya, enable for you to come up with the correct answer.
Mm,
Yun yung ginawa.
yes.
Actually, yun yung approach namin. No?
Mm,
You were asking paano namin siya naisip. As I mentioned kanina, so meron kaming weekly AI cadence. So talaga binibreakdown namin. So alam kasi namin na we cannot just use what we call zero-shot prompting. Pag sinabi kasing zero-shot prompting, ito yung nagbigay ka ng prompt, walang ibang context and all. Tapos you provide it you use that system prompt, you provide it sa LLM, and then you get the result. Yun yung zero shot. No? Hindi ka nagbibigay ng context. Diba, usually pag nag-chat GPT kapag hindi ka convinced sa sagot, nagbibigay ka pa ng second prompt na may follow-up
yes,
prompt.
yes.
Diba? So yun yung multiple shot. Yan. So gano'n siya. No? Yun yung agentic. Actually, that's a sample of agentic process. So the way how we realize it is that if we're going to offer a chatbot product, a chatbot solution, we cannot offer the same thing na ino-offer ng iba. Kasi just like what I said earlier, sobrang dali lang ng customer service na use case. Sobrang dali lang, no? But the thing is, we don't want to offer na yet another chatbot solution powered by AI. We want it to be accurate kasi yun yung binabayaran ng mga customers. We want to be accurate. We want it to be safe. We want it to be relevant. Yung mga sagot.
Oh.
So, inisip namin, ang dami namin may approach na pinagdaanan. Pero, I think, ang isa sa mga light bulb moment is when I read yung presentation, when I watched and read yung presentation ni Andrew Yang, no, about the agentic system. So nakita ko doon, meron siyang tinatawag na multi-agent approach. So yung multi-agent approach niya, just like what I said, no, may team of AI agents that works hand in hand to accomplish a single task. So, nung inisip namin, what if ito yung approach? Tapos we tried it, and then nung na-try namin, even us, we were surprised dun sa capability niya. Kasi nakita namin, na kino-commit niya yung sarili niya, wow, this is, even ako
Yeah.
I never encountered that in my life. So nakita ko, wow, really? Nag-gets niya na ito, mali itong sagot na to. Tapos, in-improve niya, kinarek niya yung sarili niya. Tapos, ito pinrovide niya. Like, when I saw it firsthand, kasi meron kami internal dashboard, tinitingnan namin yung response breakdown. Nung nakita ko, like, wow, this is different. So, I think we're onto something here. Tapos, nung sinubukan na namin, ayun nga, ang ginawa namin, nag-onboard kami ng mga pilot merchants to try it out. Nakita namin, this is okay. So this is we're onto something here. Tapos nag-umpisa kami ng 30% yung accuracy niya. Naging 40, naging 50. Ngayon, we are around 80% ng accuracy.
Oh, mataas yun.
Yeah, when you say 80% sa 10 mga inquiries, dalawa lang dun yung not so accurate. You want to say accurate and relevant, diba? So I think once we achieve na yung 9 out of 10, I think
that's very good.
That's very good. I think like kasi ang ano niyan kailangan mo lang ma-establish yung process that can weed out those instances ng hallucination. Yun lang naman yun So once ma-figure out na namin yung way enabled for us to manage that, I think it's applicable regardless kung anong language yan, regardless kung nasaang territory ka. So we're trying to perfect that.
Grabe, I'm amazed to be honest. First of all, ang galing na at the end of the day, ang goal pa rin talaga ng inyong AI chatbots is yung accuracy na tama yung maging sagot sa mga tao ano. And then now you use multi-agent nga na as you said kanina na ang nangyari sa dati parang with the multiple shot, yung user magtatanong and then siya ulit yung magtatanong
Upfront
para
ka, yeah.
ma-correct yung question. Dito, nag-uusap na yung mga AI agents para ma-correct yung, kumbaga ma-interpret ng tama yung question and
Yeah.
makapagbigay ng tamang answer. And parang yung comparison nga kanina, no, yung sagot sa, if this is an exam, pag nagsasagot ng exam yung yung AI, dati siguro parang answer lang, final answer lang, nakabox na yung final answer. May math problem, final answer lang, walang solution. Dito,
Yeah.
may reasoning, may solution. And ang
Reasoning.
kinaganda ng reasoning na yun, I think no, parang it can be used dun sa buong agentic AI system to think properly and also to learn more. So nagagamit din ba itong parang ano ba to? Parang self-developing na pa-improve din habang mas maraming mga inquiries sa kanya.
Honestly, if we're well-funded, we can proceed with that research. But right now, we are doing whatever it is that's needed in able to develop, to deliver value. Yun muna yung focus namin. Pero the way how I envision it, there will be unique agents na kayang ma-develop na within the multi-agent framework. So for example, may specific task na wala pang specific agent that can actually do that. The multi-agent framework can actually create a new agent just to address that.
Oh. Grabe, nakatakot yun na. Parang,
the way how
parang na yung life na yun
yeah, the way how we envision it. Kasi the way how we are doing it right now is very rigid pa. So ito yung mga classification ng inquiries. This is a specific workflow to address this. Anyways, going back, sinabi ko kanina, sobrang dali lang gumawa ng customer service use case, no? Using AI. No? Ang mahirap is yung order collection. Kasi yung order collection, imagine yung conversation, pa-order ng white shirt. Pag-order mo ng white shirt, yung variance niya is yung kulay white. Pero ang shirt kasi may size din. So yung mga bagay na yun, nasa nasa database mo yun eh. Ang LLMs hindi siya natively designed to get or access yung databases. Kasi may training data siya, kaya niyang sumagot via language. Pero kung magde-database let's say calling or access, wala siya nun. No? So yung may tatawag tayo na again, maybe in this interview may mga technical terms ako. I try to answer it or explain it in a layman's term. Pero may tatawag tayong tool calling. So yun nga, order ng shirt. Titingnan na sa database kung may shirt ba. What? Okay, pagdating mo sa shirt, ano ba yung niya? Ano ba yung mga variants niya? Sinabi mo white. Okay. Hindi ko malaman kung ano yung product specifically na i-add ko sa cart. May pa kasi isang variance na required. Okay, anong size? Tapos after that, ilalagay mo sa cart. So ngayon yung LLM, siya na yung mismo nagmamanipulate ng database. Yun yung actually doon kami nagtagal. So for example, okay, ano yung orderin mo, okay na. Nakita ko na kung ano yung pinaka main product, ano naman yung mga variances before I can add it to your cart. Okay, na-add ko sa cart. Tatanungin ko kung ano yung laman ng cart mo. Tapos pagdating nun, proceed na tayo sa next step which is choosing the shipping and payment. Yun yung mahirap. And just like what I said, no, if we just focus on customer service alone, we could have like shipped the product earlier. Pero what we want kasi is syempre pagka nag-reach out yung customer sa isang business, hindi lang naman yung nagtatanong ng customer service inquiries eh. Gusto din yan mag-order. Diba? Gusto din yan mag-follow up. So we want to offer a complete solution. So yun yung mga bagay na I think hindi ko nasagot kanina that other chatbots doesn't have, but we do. So we want to solve again itong mga de-develop namin ngayon. This is a culmination of all the things we learned from our customer development interviews. So ito yung mga kailangan kasi nila talaga.
Yeah. At saka hindi lang ito customer service, yun actually innovation dito, eh. Para kayo nagre-replicate ng sales agent na
Yeah,
talagang
yun talaga.
proactive kumbaga. Hindi lang nag-a-answer ng mga sagot, hindi lang parang decision tree style nga na if this is the question, ito yung script, ito yung answer. Hindi gano'n, not totally gano'n. Parang merong proactive and possibly parang ano pa nga, eh, maybe may onting empathy kasi naiintindihan niya yung tao or yung bibili na parang 'pag nag-order ng white shirt, siya na rin yung sales AI agent, siya na rin yung magsasabi na walang ganong stock, may ganitong stock, ito yung available or 'pag kulang nga yung sinabi ng user, hindi na parang simpleng sasabihin na walang white shirt. Magre-recommend na ito yung mga available sizes, ito yung mga available other variants, et cetera. So parang sales agent na ayun nga nakakatulong at the end of the day dun sa sales nung e-commerce seller. So
Yeah.
parang may additional na proactive na sales, hindi lang
Yeah.
customer service
Yeah.
yung business And speaking about that, so going back dun sa business business end. So ano exactly yung parang or what are the other features pa? I saw kasi na mayroong sentiment analysis. So pwede bang pa-explore lang or
Yeah.
pasabi lang sa amin ng mga iba't ibang possible features na magamit ng mga gagamit ng agentic AI chat
Yeah.
genie?
Just like what I said, the way how I envision it, yung agentic future talaga ng AI is that there'll be specific AI agents na will be composed based on the edge cases, based on unique use cases. So yung sinabi mo kanina, may sales agent. So after mo magtanong ng general questions, meron kaming upselling agent na mag-upsell ng product. Siyempre, yun na yun,
Oh.
parang nag-reach out na yung customer. So this is an opportunity na mag-upsell para magkaroon tayo ng sales which can help the businesses to grow. So may upselling agent tayo. And meron din tayong yung tinatawag na lead targeting agent. So yung lead targeting agent, ang ginagawa niya is that when you go sa dashboard mo, merong recommendation doon, campaign suggestion na since you uploaded the new product in a new promo, new voucher, you can run this marketing campaign. Tapos may targeting na doon. Tapos again, we have yung data ng mga existing customers, so we can do targeting ng lookalike audiences. Kasi if you're going to do it manually, you export yung listahan ng mga customers mo, tapos iipot mo pa sa Meta Campaign Editor. So ito automatic na. Nandito yung campaign, ito yung budget, tapos from there, i-click mo na lang, i-run niya na yung ad campaign na yun. So that's a lead targeting agent. So meron din kaming lead nurturing agent. So ang ginagawa niya lang, same input. So for example, you have a new product. We saw that you uploaded the new product. You can run this campaign so that you can promote it to your existing customers. So yun, pag-click mo doon, boom, meron na siyang like ano yung messaging niya, ano yung pinapromote niya.
Oo, siya din gagawa?
Again, yun yung purpose ng mga agents to make it to make the merchant's life easier. And then yung sinasabi mo kanina, yung sentiment analysis. So meron kami sentiment analysis agent that actually assess yung mood ng mga customers based on their messages, whether it shows positive, neutral, negative sentiments. And from there, kung may mga customer service agents ka pa, what you can do is they can just focus dun sa mga messages na may negative sentiments. Kasi, for example, kung hindi na sila masaya, edi yun, yung pwede nating syempre may tao that can actually address those manually. So, yun yung
nakaka-feel
mga
nga
merchants
rin ng nakaka-feel din ng kumbaga ng emotion ng I mean, that's naman talaga yung sentiment analysis. Parang inaaral yung words, depende sa words, sa mga paggamit ng words, kung ano yung parang kung positive or negative. So parang pwede nga mag-adapt si AI doon. Yeah, but continue.
Yeah. Actually, yun din, yung misnomer ng iba na about AI, na it doesn't have empathy. They're totally wrong, no? Because, again, itong large language model, it understands language. Itong specialty. No? So, it understand kung ano yung mga specific language that shows negative sentiment, positive sentiment, neutral. No? So, it can recognize those mood. Therefore, it can also try to replicate it. yung tinatawag natin na synthetic empathy. No? Wala siyang empathy talaga because again, walang feelings yan eh. Pero it recognizes it. Kapag galit ka, alam niya. Kapag masaya ka, alam niya. So pagka galit ka or malungkot ka, syempre, alam na ng AI kung ano yung magiging response sa'yo doon. Diba? Ganun lang yun.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
Nagka-caps lock na yung tao, no? Baka doon
Yeah.
nagalit. Or baka
Alam
din
ng
pala.
LLM yan. Alam ng LLM yan.
Yeah. But anyway, parang ano, no, ang galing no kasi parang na siyang kumbaga nag-work na siya on itself. Para ka na may store talaga na may group ng mga tao but on the digital world ano. So speaking of that, like for example, seller, if I have a business. So how does it happen? Like how will I implement lahat? How will I deploy? Para anong gagawin ko para magamit si ChatGenie?
Actually, sobrang simple lang. Dati, pag gumagamit ka ng ibang chatbot, kailangan mo pang mag-develop ng flows, di ba? Yung chat flow, di ba? Kasi yung mga keywords, kailangan mo isa-isahin. Dito, sobrang simple lang. Upload mo yung mga products mo, again sa e-commerce clients namin, upload mo yung mga products mo. Simple din ng in-app commerce approach. Upload mo yung mga products mo, set mo yung store mo, set mo yung payment options mo, shipping options, and then populate mo yung FAQ entries mo. That's it. Tapos na. So hindi mo na kailangan mag-build ng chat flow para ma-address yung mga specific inquiries. Tapos ano yung gagawin. Ito, yun na yun. It just works.
Oh, nakaka-save din pala ng manpower sa training, kumbaga yung parang initial na paggawa ng model.
You don't need to you don't need to train. It's already pre-trained. Pre-trained na.
Yeah.
Pre-trained na.
Yeah, pre-trained parang may tweaking na lang dun sa products mo para mas refine talaga yung mga AI. Ayun. So, ayun, grabe, maraming salamat, Ragde. I think we covered all ng ating dapat pag-usapan and thank you sa mga updates na ito, no. Now you feel free to invite, baka may nakikinig or nanonood na possible user, possible customer, kasi ako personally I'm amazed on hearing the technology behind this, na nag-uusap-usap yung mga agents and kumbaga mas maayos siya na not just customer service but proactive sales agents for these businesses. So please take this time to invite our audience, baka may nakikinig na Genie. So paano nga ba sila gagamit? Where will they go? Maybe you can lead them to wherever they need to go.
Yeah. First, I want to thank you, John. I actually enjoyed this. Very light yung conversation. And thanks for having us to explain kung ano nga yung AI agents and what's the role of ChatGenie in this agentic future. No? So if may mga businesses or even mga corporate enterprises, no, na may problema sa customer service nila, they want to automate it. Even mga mid-size, no, businesses, the ones na meron kayong mga 5 to 10 customer service team, no, that you want to streamline it, especially na ramdaman niyo yung surge ng volume ng increase ng itong December. And then you don't want na mamoblema pa sa next surge ng increase. You can reach out to us, no. Punta lang kayo sa chatgenie.ph. That's www.chatgenie.ph, or punta kayo sa Facebook page namin, chatgenie.ph. Reach out to us, send us an inquiry. Actually, yung chatbot natin naka-live na yun sa Facebook page natin. So you can try it out.
Ang galing.
Yeah. And then if you want to see a demo, yun, you can schedule a demo sa website. Nandun na yun. Meron tayong appointment booking feature doon. no? And if may mga custom kayo na kailangan na tingin nyo kaya masolve no multi-agent framework natin, the way how we explain it here sa podcast natin, we're glad to help.
By the way, ang target niyo ba is small, medium, or even large corporation? Anong klaseng size ng mga companies ang maaaring or lahat ang maaaring makagamit nito?
Right now, medyo mahal kasi yung technology kasi we're using tokens, di ba? So target namin are mid-size to large enterprise, the ones that can afford the technology. Yung subscription fee kasi natin starts at 50,000 pesos or $1,000 per month.
Parang empleyado na rin basically. Para siyang 10 people na na-streamline mo into just that amount. So I think that's still
yeah. And again, just like what I said, if they need to scale, they can scale right away. Kumbaga, you can scale this from the get-go.
Yeah, may isa pang topic na na-open pero I guess next time na lang yung kumbaga quote and quote disruption in the service sector. But next time na natin pag-usapan yun, and I think marami ka ng mga opinions din dyan sa iyong LinkedIn and Facebook account. I've actually been reading yung mga posts mo rin about that. So maybe next time na natin pag-usapan yan.
Happy to go back if you want to interview us again.
Yeah, mukhang mahabang usapan pa rin yun eh. So, but ayun, thank you so much, Ragde, and I'll put the links below if there's anyone out there who's interested to work or to work with ChatGenie. So, maraming salamat, Ragde, for this conversation. Thank you.
Salamat dyan. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our 52 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLex PH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. SchoolTech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britanna, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits the small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach Miha Matlievsky, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Divicode Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGU's real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Mamiki Super Pet App, Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talent and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, CodeSham, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Agile Data Solutions, Hustle PH, Pahatid PH, Founders Launchpad, Pareto Consulting, Contact RFID Business Cards, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.